Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Bitchute channel at True Divine 44, the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. And any likes, shares, subscribes, follows, and particularly comments. I love to hear how everybody is doing and connecting with more people, building this community of high vibe people that are working through as they should be, you know, seeking truth. That really is important to me. All of those things are very, very welcome and appreciated. I haven't been on, this will be for now actually, because it's tomorrow now, it's really late, late or early, however you want to look at it, but it was William's birthday. He's 11 yesterday on the 15th. So we had a family day and obviously spent the day with him, focusing on him. And I just wanted to speak about that first before I do this reading. I get very sentimental regarding birthdays in particular, and realizing how quickly time goes with children, how time just flies by. You know, you think you're taking in the moment, you think you're taking in the present, and then another birthday pops up, and you see how much they've grown. And the different things that they're interested in as they grow, you know, the different presents that they want. And you look in those eyes and you see just hope. You see, I feel up, you see, I'm so sentimental about kids, but you see that hope. You see this potentiality of anything that they want to be, that he wants to be, that he can achieve. Is so intelligent and he's so creative. And I hear him singing. Obviously, you guys have heard him singing a few times in the background. And I just look at this being and think, when does the conditioning come in? When does because I work real hard to not condition my children for my means, to teach and guide, but not condition. And I check myself all the time on that. And I think we all should as parents. We don't own these little beings that we've brought into the world. We're guardians. And they're the fruits, you know. We have to fertilize them with love, with smile, with happiness, with positivity, recognizing that they can be and do anything. Because when we let too much of this outside world in, when we let too much of this bought for and paid education system in, and you know, I'm homeschooling them for now, for the foreseeable, it limits and boxes these children in. I see some of the children and I see that they're already boxed in. They've already been guided and channeled to the lane that they're going to be in. And I work really hard to make sure that my children understand that they can experience and understand, understand all of the things that they are driven to do that are good for them, obviously. And that I'll be there to learn alongside them, that I'll be there to guide them as best I can. And I just think for all of you out there that are doing similar with your children, with your grandchildren, with friends' children, you're playing such an important role. And that uplifting beat, that hope, that recognizing of the endless potentiality in these beautiful, growing in front of our eyes beings, you're doing such a service. You're doing exactly what we have as the most important job, to be here, to be here and change things, rewrite things, correct wrongs, to leave things for the next generation in a better state, in a more balanced state, stripping away all of this bullshit. Then we found it. It is so important, and I thank all of you that are doing that. And I ask all of you to check ourselves when we start, you know, just by accident, you know, start limiting these thoughts that these beautiful beings have, these ideas that they have. If they want to build something, you encourage them to build it. If they want to draw something, let them draw it and make a fuss. And just while we're under such attack right now psychologically, and believe you me, this is war on our children. Many can't see it right now, but this is war on our children. It's important that we fill that space, and we fill that space with our understanding of what they are, that they are this endless ball of potential. And so with that being said, this is turning into one of my writing on the wall videos, and I'm not going to do that because if you're here for a tarot reading. And so happy birthday to William, and I thank all of you, because I know that you'll be, as soon as I say it, sending in positive vibes and manifesting all of the things that he wishes that are good for him. And I thank you all in advance for that, because I know you, and I love knowing you, and I love knowing that you're part of my family, that you know, you mentioned my children, think of my children, and I know particularly this group of people that I feel the energy that you send, and I appreciate that greatly. So the tarot reading that you're actually here for, after I've, you know, spilled all of that, just because it was an important day for me, and I get really sentimental over the kids. I'm like a lioness with their cubs, and I'm pretty protective but let them experience. So that's me. So this is for the 16th of December 2020, and this is where I combine the tarot work that I do and the energy work that I do, and make a reading that can help you recognize the energies within for that day, within you, within others, and around you. Take what resonates, because it is general, and leave what does not. And leave a comment, please, as to how it resonates with you or doesn't, and what you're experiencing right now. I always get back to commenting back to people. I don't like to miss a comment, and I love to hear where you are on your journey. So I've used this deck here, and it's more of a sensual deck. It's a lot about feelings, and so we've got here the Initiator. So in the upright, we have the Initiator being like the Hierophant in classic decks. And so you see here that these people are tied up. This is a ritual. This is an initiation into a greater understanding. This is an initiation into understanding what has been hidden from you. It's given you that DNA upgrade. It's given you that consciousness upgrade. It's given you information that has been hidden and taken and stripped away from you personally and as a collective of humanity. It's given you those pieces of the puzzle that will help enlighten you and help you see the real possibilities of the life that we can create on this realm, and what we can do, the capacity of what we have regarding our magic, regarding our manifestation, regarding our telepathy, regarding our consciousness. And so it's in reverse. And so this is speaking of, there are, on the collective stage, let's talk about the powers that be, that should not be the powers that be. They are working real hard to hide knowledge, that the frequency around us has changed, and it's drawing that knowledge out. They're trying to hold on to these secrets that they stripped away from us so long ago, and things are leaking out of their hands. They're trying to hold water. They're trying to hold this element that just will not be held anymore. So although this is in reverse, they're having to work really hard to limit and find certain artifacts, certain writings, certain machinery, ancient machinery, that they are having to work really hard to try and get and hide more. Iran is key. Keep an eye on Iran. The kind of things that I think Iran took from Iraq, just from the visions I've had from remote viewing, that they took from Iraq when Iraq was getting attacked in the illegal Iraqi war. There's things there that were taken and are a real plus. And I think partly because of the reason that, you know, countries like the UK and the USA haven't actually gone to war with Iran yet. And so there's this, they are going to be trying to rile you up, rile us up into wanting a war, just like the Iraq war. with Iran, with lies, with this being in reverse, with the manipulation of the information, with deceit, trying to limit this activation that is naturally being drawn out, that there's people that are awake and aware are feeling these activations, they're feeling these symptoms physically, and spiritually you're starting to feel yourself expand. And so these things that they're trying to hide, the DNA upgrade is happening anyway. So the secrets are leaking out like water from their hands. They're trying to hold sand or hold water, and it's just pouring from their fingers. They can't hold on to them. So they're desperately behind the scenes working to try and manipulate things to get these artifacts that would actually advance the technology that they have. Now, this is a lot to do with consciousness. This is a lot to do with transplanting consciousness. Now, I know that sounds way out there, but please listen. I've been key on a lot of things, and I need to start being even more expansive about the things that I pick up psychically. I need to start putting it out there. It needs to be heard. And so this whole thing about the Holy Grail, the DNA, knowing the codes of the people. There's certain artifacts, there's certain ancient types of machinery, of directions that would be able to transplant consciousness. They've been doing this in a way that I feel that this is part of time traveling, that they don't actually time travel in a physical body, that they will walk in or hijack. There's something key about the jabs in the arm. There's something key about that, making the host, I don't know, it just feels like making the host empty for this. And so we see that, we see the deceit in this. We see that there's lies amongst the truth slipping out of their hands, and the lies are slipping out of their mouth like water. And so keep an eye on that, be very discerning, and go with this activation. For as much as they're trying to limit it, you go deep into your spirit, you get to know your spirit, you get to really understand and contemplate and understand how expansive and how powerful you are. They wouldn't have to work this hard. They wouldn't have to work this hard on the awake and the aware if we weren't so expansive, if we didn't have those powers that they know we are capable of when our DNA strands are not limited. And so this is huge. This is me telling you that things are going to come out regarding the transplantation of consciousness. Things are going to come out about Iran that are both the lie and the truth. There's certain things desperately for the next part of the stage that they need to be covered in. They either need to be destroying, but I doubt they'll be destroying much, and they need to be using. Now I'm going to come out with the very thing is that we've got the Ace of Coins here to clarify. Now we're still doing the collective stage here, not the personal. And this is speaking of, it just came to me, the black goo, the plasma that I see as the plasma of Mother Earth, this goo that is self-forming, that has the capacity to maybe hold consciousness. And part of this artifact is the key of how to use that even in a better way than they already are. It's big, I know, it's huge, I know, but look up black goo. This is the coin for them. This is the Ace of Coin. This is their new oil. And so they're trying to create anew with this. Now, personally, with these two cards, I've talked about the initiation. I've talked about really connecting with spirit, really not being frightened of this initiation process. You may find that you go through some, what you could describe as freaky stuff. You may start having visions. You may start having out-of-body experiences, which can feel real odd at first. During my spiritual guidance sessions, I do guided breathing where I'll take you out of body And sometimes it's good to have somebody, just a voice on the other side while you're feeling that initial out of body experience. But it's to go with the flow. It's to open up the flow of this, to not hold back. And this, for individuals who can do this, amongst all of the limitations and the lower frequency magic that's being put out there and the manipulation, there is a new earth here for you. There is, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it right on time. This Ace of Coins is a promise of new ventures, of new ways of living, new ways of sustaining, new ways of having abundance. And that's coming through this initiation process. So we've got the next card, and this is the Seven of Cups. And so you see there's lots of cups, some knocked down and a stream going through them. It's water, it's the cups, it's the emotions. And right now there's so many options, so many things to be drawn towards. There's so much distraction. But there's something exciting here for you. Amongst these cups, there's something that keeps coming back that you want to get done, or that you're drawn towards doing. Do that. Be drawn towards it. Go with that flow of the initiation into concentrating and expanding on something that you're drawn to. And forget about the distractions right now. Just go with that one thing at first, and you'll find that then that jumps into the next cup and the next and the next. So you end up accomplishing everything that you're sort of trying to get done, but you're doing it in a more strategic way, rather than your water's just taken over and ended up getting nothing done. So whatever you're drawn to, be drawn to that, be in flow with that. Like this black goo that is attracted to other black goo like magnets. Be drawn towards what your waters, what your emotions are telling you, which way it wants to flow. And so we have to clarify this. We have the Ace of Wands, and so this is speaking of new experiences. Again, this is speaking of new ventures. This is speaking of experimentation, not being afraid to experiment with the new. So these go really well together, because where you might be nervous to jump into something or experience something or go down a certain avenue that you're attracted to, we see here with this Ace of Wands that this Ace of Wands is in flow too. This is a passionate fire. This is a flame that is drawn to a direction. And so the wind blows the flame in the direction that you're supposed to go in. But with this being water and fire, we find that if you stay in too much confusion and try to get too many things done at once, then you're going to find that you put this fire out. You're going to find that you exhaust this fire, you dampen it, or you put it out completely with this water and fire. Whereas if you're concentrating on the one cup that you're drawn towards, you can heat that cup up with this wand of fire. You can make steam, with it, rather than putting your fire out. It's having things in the right order. Anything with manifestation or going forward or elemental magic, it's used in the elements in a complementary way. And we need to be doing that with the elements within our body and the elements that are around us. So look for these new opportunities, look for these new ways of being, these new things to experience amongst all of this. Now, on the collective stage, of course, they know a lot of us are being initiated. They know a lot of us are being activated. And so there is this impact of deliberate confusion, deliberate things that are put out there that you get directed in different ways. There's so much propaganda, there's so many different rules coming out, there's so many different things to look at, and so it causes this confusion, and they want to put this fire out. Don't let them put this fire out. Go to where your waters are drawn to, create steam with that, be passionate with that. So if you're thinking of a love connection, this Ace of Wands obviously being a very passionate, being depictive of the male, anatomy of the fiery wand. So if you're being drawn to that and you're not getting that, then you need to be giving that to yourself. Look into Kundalini, look into creating that fire and that process within self to be able to do that kind of creative, powerful magic. That the tantrics, the tantra, you know, the all of those things that get deep with yourself. One is that this will attract in the right person. If you are looking for that, if you are lonely, then you're going to attract somebody else that is lonely, and it's not two wholes coming together. This is where it's an opportunity rather than a disappointment to really learn how to use your elements within, and therefore attract somebody who is on the same frequency, who's on the same level, where it is two wholes coming together. Now, if this is a person already that is around you, but there's just so much distraction going on, it's okay to have a passionate fling, as long as you're not going with somebody who, you know, can implant, you know, energies, you know, sexual cords that would cause you to be connected to that person and what they're doing. There's a lot of that going around too. People are wanting company, but it's people who are not very discerning. It's people who are not very careful with their sexual energy. And so be careful of that. So the next card is the 10 of Pentacles. So this speaks of generational wealth. This speaks of abundance. It speaks of family. It speaks of alignment in your physical reality. It speaks of actually this initiation process that they're trying to stop. And these two aces here, it speaks of understanding of how to manifest your reality through your thoughts against all odds, against all psychological, physical attack. And so with this is the promise that you're doing really well, and the capability of you to attain this, if you're not attaining this yet, is huge. It's a definite. And this is exactly what we need to be doing for the collective stage, reclaiming our land, reclaiming mother, reclaiming the earth, reclaiming how we treat the mother, reclaiming how we are treated upon the mother, that reclaiming our divinity and our sovereignty. And so with that being said, we have the 5 of Cups. So this speaks of initiations and being activated and leveling up to a new spiritual knowing, a new spiritual level. You know, going up that ladder. If number 13 again is very important today. We see that family issues with the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, we see that family issues can come up. When you're being activated, it's the most amazing experience, and it has its minuses. It has its little bit hairy moments, and it changes your frequency. And the people around you, if they're not ready to do that, or they might never be ready to do that, that might not be their path. It can cause you to be on this frequency, another person to be on this frequency. Picture it as waves. You know, all of a sudden they're either banging up against each other or they're just missing each other completely. And this is where it can be frustrating, and it can be sad with that 5 of Cups. This speaks of family issues, arguments. It speaks of just not marrying up anymore, just not matching up in frequency anymore. This is difficult, but it is a case of we are here, the ones that are aware and awake. We need to talk about this now, that we are here to do something. We are here to liberate. We are here to bring light. We are here to work ourselves, you know, to get ourselves chiseled into those diamonds, from those inner demons to those diamonds, to be the light, to show the way. And there's some people who are too far gone. And there's some people who are actively choosing the path of always looking for outside savior. And so if this is happening to you, you need to change your circumstance. You need to change your living arrangements, or you need to change your relationship arrangements. Whoever has a brother coming along regularly and not really helping himself and expecting you to pick up the slack, but at the same time being quite disrespectful and quite, that comes out of fear of seeing your aura, seeing your electromagnetic field, and it actually unnerving them. Even this person, whoever this resonates with, and you don't need to leave a comment because I know this is personal. It's time to cut off. You would actually be doing this person a favor, because this is that would be their only chance of ever being able to work their way up to a higher consciousness, to sort their life out, because you become this enabler. And actually this came up in a conversation with somebody just this week, and this would resonate with that person. But you realize that people do choose their path. People can find the strength to get themselves out of situations, particularly addictions. And some people choose actively not to. But while there is enabling around, that person is never going to have the chance to know whether they're the type of person to fight through and understand themselves more and raise their consciousness through these experiences that a lot of us have gone through ourselves, or whether they're going to choose to just not. But this is too much of a strain on you. Now, my brother has done so well in his journey, and I'll not go into that. That's not my story to tell. But one song that fills me up every time, during the time when I was so worried about him, and just now, because he's my brother, and it's the song "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother." Listen to that if this resonates with you. It'll touch you. It'll touch you. But there's a need to let go for a while, to give this person a chance to pull themselves up, to learn how to heal themselves, to learn how to raise their own vibe. So whoever that resonates with, I'm with you. I understand your situation. You can feel free to email me, and I'll help in any way I can, because it's a difficult situation to navigate. But this would be the best chance of the outcome of actually living a fulfilling life in a higher vibration. And it does feel counterproductive when they're your loved ones, but this would be my advice to the person who this resonates with. And to anybody who's having that kind of relationship right now, it's just not the time to mess with that. There is this separation. And, it doesn't automatically mean because they're family members that they're going to separate into your vibration, into your frequency. That's not what was said. That's not what was, seen by a lot of people, including me. And so this is the tough part of it. This initiation, as I say, is exciting. It's wonderful, this expansive feeling, there's just knowing more, being able to do more. My magic has been on point. There's also the other side of the realities, that we're here in this realm with people who are either so conditioned, manipulated, and abused that they just cannot see, or we're here that these people came here choosing to be part of that path, and that is their choice. And and the window to get out of that choice is narrowing for a good while, and that's something that we have to watch and deal with, and that is difficult, to say the least. So we've got on the bottom of the deck, we've got the King, the Sage of Cups, but he's in reverse. So you see here, he's riding a whale. He's the King of Cups. Upright, he would be the loving, compassionate, go-getter. Look at him, he's ready to go. He's that Ace of Wands. He may as well have the cup and the Ace of Wands, in his pocket, in his pocket. But he's in reverse. This is a very slippery character. This is a very manipulative character. This is somebody who will play on your emotions to come back in your life again and again and again. Take what they need, go away for a little while, come back again and again and again. And so we have a lot of people around us like that right now, who are getting more and more desperate. And just as I was speaking about the brother, whoever that resonated with, this is apparent that there are people trying to use the same narcissistic tactics that they used on you in the past, or you might be finding that this is your first experience of seemingly just attracting narcissists who are trying to play emotional games with you with that Seven of Cups in the middle, to confuse you, to get in and create that energetic and sexual cord, that emotional cord that is very powerful. And so wanting to feed off your energy, wanting to feed off your sexual energy, your creative energy, and doing that by manipulating their way in over and over and over. Believe you me, I'm speaking from experience, and it is a difficult thing to lift yourself out of, because these people are persistent. These people, they love this game. That part of their fix is getting that energy to see you up on a high, then push you down to a low, to see you up on a high, push you down to a low. They like the tears. And so this is a warning to say, just stay away. You know, just do not even chance it. This would be not a good thing at all. We need to be very discerning with our sexual, sacred sexual aspects of self right now more than ever, for energetic connections and for physical things. There's a lot, you know, everything reflecting on everything, and there's a lot going around. I'm not talking about this plan, you know what. I'm talking about other things that, you know, can be spread very easily, both in spirit and the physical. So be careful of this character. Steer clear would be my advice if this resonates with you. And you'll know if it does. Your gut's been telling you, or you've had the experiences before that leave no doubt. And so we've got on the bottom of the other deck, the Six of Wands. And so this speaks of victory. This speaks of, you know, riding the wave of victory. This speaks of being fired up. Now, with this initiation, with these two aces and this six, we've got the sadness of separation, family issues, but at the same time, we have the abundance of the Ten of Pentacles, because we are doing that because we're being discerning. So this is part of the victory here. Now, on the collective stage with the Five of Cups, I don't need to speak too much. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, we know what all of the governments are doing. They're basically trying to steal this abundance, and they've done quite well at it so far. You know, there's trillions upon trillions being made, while other people are losing their Ten of Pentacles, losing their businesses. And there's sadness here, there's mourning. Get out of your sadness if this resonates with you, and open up. Get out of your sadness and start doing your work as you would. Find the victory in that. A lot of people are doing that, and I know there's fear about doing that, but we need to be not so compliant, not compliant at all right now, actually, with these ridiculous rules. So you claim your Ten of Pentacles. Don't just stay in mourning. Don't just stay in a state of, you know, oh, I wish they would just do this, or I wish they would just do that. No wishing. We're divine and we're sovereign beings, and we're allowed to create an abundance here for us and our family to live on, to enjoy, not just live on. It's time for a new. It's time for other people to have the chance to not have the glass ceiling put up. Now, from the collective stage here with the Six of Wands, we do see that there is part victory for them too. We do see that there are a lot of people that are absolutely unconscious asleep, and but they are the cattle to get the numbers up for certain things like the arm, and certain things to drive towards war, to drive towards the need to have military on the streets. So this speaks of victory in regards to China, very much so. Another victory for them regarding buying things, regarding buying out parts of land, particularly Australia, the UK, a little bit of France, but not quite so much. Where else? Germany, I feel, is resisting it. But they want Iran. They want Iran so much. I feel a connection with Iran. I've got a connection in that my stepfather is Iranian. There's a lot there regarding the ancient beings and their knowings. There's a lot there to go towards Teslas. So there's some victory here with that. but Iran is standing firm. Iran has that victory thus far, and it's important that we encourage that. Although there's a lot wrong that we need to have changed in Iran for the people to have it free again, to have it like the cosmopolitan that it was again. Right now, priorities are that these artifacts, this information does not get into the right hands. And the Six of Wands is that today somehow Iran pulls a corker. Theodore's had his face painted today for the happy birthday, and it won't all come off. So he's got cool eyebrows, haven't you? What are the Instagram eyebrows?
They're black.
They're black. Strike a pose. Strike a pose.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So yes, look out for that. They're going to pull a corker. You know that you know, it's a push and pull. It's a game, strategy, and so they're going to pull something that actually it puts things at bay for a little while, but not completely. And so there's a lot there. I'm sorry I went on in the front end of the video at the start of the front end of the video at the start of the video. But I like to share with you. You guys share with me so much of your life, and I appreciate that so much. So I like to share with you, you know, the things that I'm thinking and where I'm at, particularly with the children. You know, to have that. Even the comments of how other people are doing with their children this year. Oh, tired boy. And it's appreciated because, you know, mothers and fathers help each other when we can converse and when we can compare and laugh, and even when we're strained, you know, be able to talk that strain out with somebody who has either experienced it or will just be there to say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What a day you've had. It really does help. But today has been a very special day, hasn't it? Celebrating William's birthday. It's your brother's birthday, yes.
So now I tell you, I don't know what a number is. I don't know what number is, so I'm just going to tell you like a letter. It's a 1 and a 1.
The numbers. So it's 11.
Yes.
It makes 11. A 1 and a 1 makes 11. So he had the number 11 candles on his cake, didn't he?
Yep. And we've got a cake in the living room.
Yeah, we've got some more cake in the living room. We couldn't finish it all, could we?
Yeah, because I need to save some for my brother.
Yes, we do need to save some for your brother. You look so awesome with your eyebrows. We don't know how we're going to get it off. This face has been washed a lot and it's sticking. So you might have black eyebrows for 2 days or so. We'll stick some Vaseline on. You look cool, don't worry. You look cool all the time. So thank you, and thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me speak to you and letting Theodore speak to you. You know, he loves that. And just sharing. You lost a tooth. Everybody remembers that. Everybody knows that, Theodorable. Everybody knows you lost a tooth. Everybody's very proud of you.
We even got Chinese.
Yes, we had some Chinese food.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it a lot, didn't you? Yes, yes, you did. So anyway, ranting on, I appreciate you all. I almost wish this was alive because it feels like alive. I'm connecting with you all as I'm speaking. I wish you all the most awesome and powerful initiations today. That the expansion is so huge and that your reality shifts so much into abundance, into alignment, and into a place of balance and wholeness. And that is my gift to you. That's my intent for you guys all day, to be putting that energy towards you guys all day. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Shouldn't they subscribe?
But, if you're on Xbox and don't have an account, just make your own account.
Yeah, that works. That works. I really appreciate it. Share this video. Maybe not this one because I'm ranting on a bit. But I really appreciate people sharing the videos. I do. Yep, I do. Okay, say bye-bye. Stay balanced and stay whole. I love you all.
You might be wondering why, you can't see my black eyes, because the screen is grey.
Yeah, the screen is grey. Mummy realised I tried to paint my nails nicely, but Mummy's not very good at it. So I did black and white. Hides a lot.
Yeah, so I hide my eyebrows.
Yes. Okay, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. He's got baby magic. When he says he's going to have a good day, you have a good day. Okay, I appreciate you all. Mwah.